We need to start recognizing that within ourselves and not getting mad every time people try and be like us. They want to be like us. They've always wanted to be like us.
Now you should follow suit and just get to the bag. People gon' talk either good or it's bad. I see people gon' talk either good or it's bad.
So, welcome back to the Empress Kina Show. Yup. Why am I wearing this? Let's get to why I'm wearing this. So today we're having a little video here and we're calling it Controversial Conversations. So clearly from the title and this hat that I have on, a lot of people may or may not agree.
In our opinion, it helps to always look at things from multiple perspectives. Cultural appropriation.
So I just Googled it. So appropriation, the action of taking something for one's own use, typically without the owner's permission. With that being said, everything is not a cultural appropriation. Just because black people dominantly use certain things does not make it where no one else can use it. Braids, for example. My friend right now, she's Asian and Mexican, right? And so you can pretty much assume what her hair looks like. And because she has cornrows, the Marley hair, she can't wear our hairstyles because we dominantly use it. When in actuality, people across the world wear cornrows. No one can own a hairstyle. If that's the case, I'm culturally appropriating Brazilian hair because this is Brazilian, right? So people have an issue because it's like, okay, well, when a white person got big lips, wow, Kylie G, you look good. But when a black person got big lips, it's like, oh no, that Negro over there. I understand how frustrating it could be.
Right.
But all of y'all be walking around with y'all 26 inches, you feel me? But yet, the moment a white girl slaps some cornrows on her head, they culturally appropriated, and that's black hair. We are not negating the fact that, like, in this country alone, the stuff that we've been doing for hundreds of years, that is who we are, has always been used as a means to exclude us or used as a means to belittle us. Clearly, they always admired it. We gotta start thinking past that. Why can't we look at it like, y'all just want to be like us? Do Beyonce walk around saying they wasn't wearing lemonade braids till I had them? No. Beyonce recognizes that she is the trend. We need to start recognizing that within ourselves and not getting mad every time people try and be like us. They want to be like us. They've always wanted to be like us. You can look at it and say, well, they have always just benefited from it and we don't. Or you can say it don't matter if they don't give us the glory for being who we are. We don't need their glorification.
The iPhone came out and now all of a sudden you have duplications of all type of touchscreen phones. You think Apple over here like copying guys? Like, no,
we really need to wake up. I'm not even trying to look at white people as if they beneath us because no human being is over the next. But they're putting us down because we remind them of who they can never be. And that's just fact. There are certain things that black people have innately within us. Athleticism comes natural to a lot of us. Voluptuous features comes natural to a lot of us. Do you imagine waking up tomorrow and you white, G? No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, black people, you can get sunburned too. I've gotten sunburned once in my life. I'm 23. Same. There are white people, if the sun is out and it's hot out, they cannot set foot outside without sunscreen because they will burn instantly. Gee, imagine living your life where your skin literally betrays you underneath the natural healer of the world. And you know, let me just start off by giving a disclaimer. I don't necessarily agree with the way that Kanye delivers his messages. I don't necessarily agree with him walking around with this hat in general. What I do agree with, the purpose behind his message and what he's trying to convey. In my personal opinion, and what I've interpreted from listening to his interviews, and not just a little snippet that the media show. Y'all watch one thing. Kanye said slavery was a choice, and then y'all blowing up with no context behind what he said prior to that statement. Yeah, it would pretty much seem a little like, why would he say that? But when you watch the whole interview, you understand why he said that, and you can understand exactly what he meant.
But it's like when you're speaking so conceptually, it gets hard to find the words to properly and adequately describe what it is you're actually trying to say. And I feel like if a lot more people actually took the time to hear Kanye, even if you didn't agree with, you know, his rationale, after you listen to the whole explanation, if you don't shift your stance and agree with him, you can still see like, oh, okay, I kind of see like why he would make such a statement like that. The mental enslavement. I mean, we're still dealing with the after effects of the mental enslavement today.
They have our minds now. We are walking around free. Now, there are definitely limitations to this said freedom that we have. Michelle Alexander, she's a great author. You can look look at the new Jim Crow laws, like the mass incarceration, like we surpass all countries by an astronomical amount of how many of our citizens we have in prison. If you looking at a bar scale, my arm is United States. This is every other country. The only person that's like here is Russia. I wonder why Russia, out of all countries, would be the one. And as we know, the majority of those people that are in prison look like us. And that is not by accident. That is definitely intentional and purposeful. All we saying is the power that we have now is a lot more prevalent and accessible to us than it once was. We choose to allow ourselves to believe that we have no power because we do not possess the dominant power, when in actuality the power is in the mind. In America, we're a salad bowl. If all of these separate cultures and entities were to unite together against the one overarching dominant force, that dominant force would no longer have its power. The only reason why the dominant overarching power exists are by us believing that it does have power. They definitely set systematic things in order for it to be harder for us, but there's ways to finesse the system. So are you gonna sit back and allow the system to play you, or are you gonna play the system? And which one you gonna choose to be?
I'm not even trying to sound pompous, but we are literally the influence.
What?
Imagine what pop culture would look like without black influence. They want to know what we think is cool, and that goes with anything: music, fashion, culture. We are literally the trendsetters, the influence, and we have to start carrying ourselves as such.
Can y'all just start to accept the fact that we are part of the cool kids club? There are people in Asia, that's a whole nother hemisphere of the world, hemisphere G, that are trying to be like little old Chief Keef in Chicago. I feel like a lot of people gonna be like, okay, but and it puts us at a disadvantage. Let me tell you something about that disadvantage mindset. Anybody can come from any circumstance and get anywhere in life should they choose to take that for themselves. Yes, it might be a lot harder for you to do it if you come from the hood as opposed to Kylie Jenner, who came from Calabasas, but the same person that comes from nothing, that does not have that network, can still go build that network if they wanted to. You have to understand that you have the power to manifest anything into your life because you're divine nature, who God put you on this earth to be. He put us on this earth to have the ability to manifest anything. Whatever you telling yourself as to why you can't have something, is you allowing yourself to believe a false narrative that has been forcefully placed upon you in order to keep you subordinate. And once you recognize that this mentality that you believe in has literally just been a manipulative tactic that has been ingrained into us subconsciously, you can recognize like, oh, today's the day I take my power back because can't nobody stop me from being great but me.
Like, it's the law of attraction. Whatever you put out, you're literally gonna get it right back. We also have to learn how to be patient. Just because you've manifested and you've done all this stuff doesn't mean that it's going to be there in a week, but you have to be patient and consistent and willing to genuinely work towards whatever it is that you want. I'm not even saying like it's easy, like it's as simple as A plus B equals C.
It's not.
But once you relinquish this mental enslavement, the possibilities become endless because you understand that you are the creator of your own human existential experience with God. There is nothing you want that you cannot have. You want to be a billionaire? There is $1 billion out there for you to own, for you to possess.
Not all millionaires and billionaires started from here and then just jumped up here.
Right.
A lot of them started from here and manifested this lifestyle to themselves because they not tell themselves, I'm not going to be able to achieve it.
If you can think it, I promise you, if you can think about it, it already exists. It's just up to you to align yourself with what you want. And when you are speaking these things into the universe or talking about what it is you want, do not focus on what would happen if you didn't get it, because you need to focus your energy on the one thing that you actually want. There was a particular neighborhood in Chicago I used to hang around all fall, and I'm like, you know what, when I get my job, I want to work in this neighborhood so I can always go to this Whole Foods. My building right now is literally adjacent to the Whole Foods that I spoke about wanting to work by. Our faith never wavered. It's like, yeah, all I see right in front of me are clouds, but I know on the other side of the clouds is the sun.
If you speak it, you believe it, and you put the action towards it, it's going to come like that.
Like, why should I be mad when my destiny's in my hands? It's in my hands.